Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Timothy, and on this channel we speak everything personal finance. In today's reaction, we're going to be looking at a Dave Ramsey video, and it's titled "Living Paycheck to Paycheck, Making $600,000 a Year." Now, I could not imagine living paycheck to paycheck, making $600,000 a year. I know what I would do with $600,000, but what would you do with $600,000? Put that in the comment section below. But today we're going to watch this video, and we're just going to react to this and see how can a person actually live paycheck to paycheck making $600,000 a year. I can't fathom the idea of it, but let's find out.
Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My wife and I combined, we make about $500,000 to $600,000 a year, but we still somehow are able to save as much as I believe we should save. So so that's my problem. I mean, our monthly expense.
If I'm making 600K a year, I'm living off 150. I mean, where you living making 600K? Are you living in San Francisco? Are you living in New York? I don't know. We're going to find out, hopefully. But if I'm making 600K, I'm storing at least 400K. At least. Like, I'm living off 200K. And 400K is getting saved. It's getting invested. That's me. That's what I would do.
Expenses are about $30,000 a month, and that's
Let's
a
go back.
year. But we still somehow are able to save as much as I believe we should save.
Yeah.
So so that's my problem. I mean, our monthly expenses are about $30,000 a month. And,
Okay. Okay. So monthly expenses at 30,000. 30,000 times 12. 360,000. Okay. 360,000 a year. 30,000. Your expenses are 30,000. That's so crazy. My expenses are like 2,500. That's just, I mean, but when you're making money like that, like your expenses are going to be, they're just going to rise naturally because so much money. Like, imagine your expenses being $2,000 and you're making, you know, 600K a year, like insane.
then add taxes to that. So we pretty much even out every year. And I believe when we make $500,000 to $600,000 a year, we should be able to save more.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I think the $30,000 a month expense is your clue.
How much of that is
Yes.
debt payments?
Well, it's on two properties. One is primary residence and one is an investment property. And the debt payments on the mortgage are add up to about $12,000 a month.
Yeah. Why do you need $18,000 a month to run your household?
Yeah.
Well, about $8,000 to $9,000 go to charity for a good cause, and then the rest, like I would say, about $10,000 is for groceries, utilities, for the car payment.
8 to 9,000 to charity. I mean, definitely give, but 8 to 9,000.
And a little bit for towards
Why do you have car
529.
payments when you make $600,000 a year?
Everything should be in cash.
Say that again.
Why would you have a car payment when you make $600,000 a year?
Why would
Well, we one of the car is paid off, or the other one it's a lease, so we make about $750 a month for that one. We have a bigger family, 5 people, so it's a relatively bigger SUV.
Well, which you could have written a check and purchased,
Yeah, you probably could have, right?
and should have, instead of leasing and renting your car for $700 a month. Okay. So, yeah, you're giving away $100,000 a year in that $30,000 a month budget. You said $8,000 to $10,000. So there's where $100,000 of it goes, right?
Yeah, easy. Yeah, could be more than that, 100 to 120. Yeah.
Okay. And and you've got a car payment.
Yes.
In which we would not have. And what do you guys do for a living?
I own a business, and my wife works with a company. She makes about 100,000, and the rest is my income. And I own a service-based business.
Wow.
Okay, right. The way you're discussing this, the language you're using is very general. It's not precise about the numbers, which tells me you're kind of just throwing this over there and then just shocked that it disappeared. So if I woke up in your shoes, you've got a level of disgust, says this is not okay, is what you're saying. We make this kind of money. We shouldn't have no money.
Literally, bro.
We shouldn't have a car payment when we make $600,000. We should have just bought the car.
I mean, $700 compared to the overall, perspective of their money is not a lot, but it is an expense that shouldn't be there. You should be able to pay for a car in cash.
Then what I would do is simply do a detailed budget with your spouse.
Yep.
And come into agreement of what we want to give, what we want to save, and what we want to spend and what we want to spend it on. And every month before the month begins, every dollar has an assignment exactly. But it kind of feels like, Bill, I went through a period of time in my life where I thought I could out-earn my stupidity, my lack of organization, my lack of detail, and you can't. If you had a person working in your business that was managing a section of your business as poorly as you are managing your finances, you would fire them.
And this just shows that even though you make a lot of money, you should still budget, because just as someone that makes 100K a year needs a budget, you need a budget even if you make 600K a year, because your money can slip you. There's so many expenses. You might have a lot of kids now. You think you make all this money, so you want more kids, and you have more things going on. You have more moving parts going on in your life. So you should always budget. And this is why it's so important, no matter what your income is, to budget, to have some idea of where your money is going, of where you want your money to go to.
For incompetence. And so you got to kind of treat it that way from an emotional standpoint and do a detailed budget.
And it's funny, Dave, as people make more, especially people who are good at making money, like Bill's good at making money, you're good at making money. You think you can just solve the problem by, well, I'll just make more money. As long as we don't overdraft, we're doing okay. But when you do that budget, you realize if this was a business, you go, we are wasting a lot of money in this business. We could be doing a lot better if we cut the spending, get out of this debt. We might need to sell this investment property. It's not a blessing right now. Might need to downshift some of our giving a little bit until we get back on track.
Yeah.
So that's the kinds of things the levers you'd be pulling if this was a business. You need to treat your household the same way.
Yeah, you need to detail it out and then stick to it. And both of you and your wife, have an agreement. You're both looking at it. You're not bringing it in, slapping it down on the table. And
cool fact, I actually went to Tennessee for a trip, me and my family, and me and my wife and the dogs. And it wasn't even for Dave Ramsey, but we were just close to Nashville, and they shoot every weekday. And we went to the Dave Ramsey studio, got a picture with Dave Ramsey. I'll put the picture here if I can find it. So it was really cool. Quick interaction. You just take a picture. He asked, where you guys from? And just took a picture. But it was really cool. I was lucky enough that Dave Ramsey was there on that day, because he's not there every day filming. Just a little excerpt. But yeah, I mean, that's it. Budget. You have to make a budget. You can't out earn your stupidity, like you said. Like, you might think making more money is a solution, but a lot of times it's not. Like, I know someone who's making extra money on the side, right? This money's supposed to go to debt. This money's supposed to go to bettering their lives, but they're just making more money and they're just spending more money. Making more money that's going to trips, making more money that's going to clothes, making more money that's going to Amazon, and this money's not even being used for debt. So making more money is not always the answer. Making a lot of money is not always the answer. You'll be surprised how many rich or people you think that are rich that are living paycheck to paycheck, like this couple right here.
And the disgust. It's not okay that we make this much money and we have no money. It's
Crazy.
not okay that we make this much money and we don't invest. So generosity is awesome. Investing is amazing.
Yep.
Enjoying money, yes, you should. All three things. But very, 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 very intentional. And right now, you're not intentional.
Not at all.
You're kind of throwing a bale of dollars over the fence and then coming back to see what's left later. And after the family devours it. And so it may be you downshift your giving. Your giving's pretty heavy.
That's
I'm not against generosity in any form.
And Dave Ramsey he's for generosity. Like, he says, gift a certain amount of your income. But that's a lot of money to be gifting, but he does make a lot of money. So who knows what he's gifting to? Maybe some kind of cause that he really believes in, or some group that helped him out when he was younger, or her or his wife out when he was younger. But it's a lot.
Tell folks to do it all the time. But if you're doing zero investing and you're giving 20%, you may need to adjust that, at least temporarily. But I think you got some lifestyle issues, and I think you guys just kind of walk around and do whatever you want because you're making enough money. And I think if you'll just actually pay attention and say, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. We're spending what on that? Yeah.
All right, and there you have it. Living paycheck to paycheck, making $600K a year. It is insane to me that they're living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, even in California, the most expensive place to live, the most expensive state, or one of the most expensive states to live, making $600K a year, you should not be living paycheck to paycheck. Like, they say he was a restaurant owner, so maybe he's not making the same amount of income every year or every month. But then if that's the case, then you need to downscale your lifestyle. You can't live your lifestyle off of the best month. But who knows? So what would you guys do if you made $600K a year? How would you spend that money? How would you save that money? How would you invest that money? Because this couple, I mean, I don't know the whole situation, but they might not be investing like they should be. They're not saving like they should be. And they're definitely spending more than they should be. Spending $30K a month is wild. I couldn't even imagine. I don't even know where my money would go spending $30K in a month. I mean, even if I had a family of 5 or 6, I mean, groceries would be the highest expense, but where else would everything go? And like they said, they're donating like $8,000 to $9,000 of their money to charity. So you definitely want to give, but maybe not that much, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you can see more reactions like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.